What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video. Hope you're all doing very well. We have so many exciting things to talk about in this video. Get your coffee. There's stuff happening as I'm trying to record this video, and I was gonna like flip and do a completely different video, but I've stuck to my guns, and we're gonna do this video that I'm gonna do right here instead of the other video that I'm not gonna do. But I'll do the other video tomorrow. Is that clear? Listen, we're going to talk about some of the news that's been happening recently in the WoW space. This is primarily going to be a news video. There's no gameplay or anything. But I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff in Season 4. I'm on the PTR right now. We're going to talk about Season 4. We have a release date for Season 4. I'm going to talk about the implications of that release date in terms of not just Season 4, but afterwards as well with Dragonflight. We're going to talk about why I think this Season 4 release date is good, and again, why that implies that everything else that Blizzard has announced is also going to be good, like the Dragonflight release date as well. We're going to talk about Blizzard acquiring the Proletariat, the guys who made Spellbreak. We'll get to that article in a minute, and why that's a good thing. And then we'll talk about some of the communication from Blizzard. And I'm going to actually show off the features for Season 4. If you've been hiding under a rock and you have no idea what's happening in Shadowlands Season 4, I'm going to explain that as well. Okay? So buckle up. Get your coffee. I'm going to show off this stuff in a minute. Let's kick it back over to the other side here. I'll come back to the gameplay in a second. Season 4 has been announced, and it's releasing on August 2nd, guys. So let's talk about that, because it's exciting. We have a release date. Greeting, champions. Shadowlands Season 3 is coming to a close. Our experimental Season 4 will begin with the weekly reset on August 2nd. That's soon, right? Like, that's exactly 1 month from now. Exactly a month from now. Here's what to expect with the end of Season 3. The PvP is done, right? It closes at 10 p.m. Shadowlands Season 3 Mythic Plus. The current season of Mythic Plus content will end with the start of the regional maintenance on August 3rd. So you have until August 2nd. On August 3rd, it's done. With the season's end, ratings that qualify for the 0.1% Cryptic Hero will be achieved and recorded. Cryptic Hero title, blah, blah, blah. Very cool. So, why is this important? Why does this matter? Well, we've been talking in the last, 2 or 3 months, trying to make predictions on what's going to happen with this Dragonflight release date that we've got. And remember, Dragonflight was announced on April 19th, okay? So I think that this being announced for August really helps to solidify what we expected in terms of the Dragonflight release date. Dragonflight has been announced to be coming on December 31st or before December 31st. And I think that that is a more realistic expectation now that we are getting, this coming down the pipeline, that we know exactly when Season 4 in Shadowlands is going to begin. And we've been told that it's going to be a short season. We know it's going to be a short season. So look at the timeline with me for a sec. Shadowlands Season 4 is going to start August 2nd, right here. It's going to go for, I'm just making a prediction now, that it's going to be a 4-month long season. We do not know how long it's going to be. Blizzard has not told us. They said it's going to be shorter than normal. Generally speaking, a lot of seasons have only been a couple of months long, up to about maybe 6 months long. The Shadowlands season has been really, really bad because it was there was no development going on. COVID happened. But just follow me for a second. All of August is 1 month. Then you have September. That's 2 months. Then October is 3 months. And then November is 4 months. That's 4 full months. All of August, all of September, all of October, all of November. That's 4 months long for the season. That seems pretty reasonable to me. And that'll give you enough time to get stuff like the Fated Raid done, which I'll show you a little bit later. But the raids are obviously on a rotating schedule. There's 3 raids that rotate through. So that's 12 weeks of content. You could do each raid 4 times. 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 times 3 is 12, right? 12 weeks, 4 months. That's each Fated Raid 4 times. That's a lot. That's probably enough time to get the Fated Raids done if you want to go get them done. That to me seems pretty reasonable. That leaves us at the end of November right here, right? The end of November. And then what would we have? The start of December. You would have 2 weeks at the beginning of December to do a pre-patch for Dragonflight, a big pre-patch event. We can all get our Drakthers. We all get ready to enter the Dragon Isles and get all that pre-patch story stuff done. There's probably some sort of invasion coming. Then the actual Dragonflight expansion can launch in the second half of December, anytime in the last 2 weeks of December. That seems pretty reasonable to me. All of August, all of September, all of October, all of November for Shadowlands Season 4, pre-patch in early December, the first 2 weeks, and then the second half of December, we're going to have the actual Dragonflight announcement. Like, the actual Dragonflight expansion comes out. That seems pretty reasonable to me. And this timeline, this lines up with that timeline perfectly if we're going to get this August 2nd Season 4 coming. Now, there's other reasons that support this all happening when Blizzard says it's going to happen, okay? Shadowlands has been absolutely horrible in terms of the timeline, right? Like, we went from 9.0 at launch, like literally the very first patch of Shadowlands. Getting to the next patch of Shadowlands, took 7 months, which is very abnormal for Blizzard, but it's leaving a really bad taste in our mouth now because we all remember suffering through 7 months of being on the same patch. That's not traditional. Like in Legion, there was like 6 weeks between patches. That's pretty standard. That's how Blizzard sort of used to do it. And I think just with COVID and all the crappy stuff that was going on at Blizzard, it took 7 months. But between patch 9.1 and 9.2 of Shadowlands, that only took 3 months, which again is too long, but it's closer to the 6-week mark, right? It's closer. 6 weeks is like 1.5 months, right? So it was double that. We're getting closer. Now, we're getting another patch on August, in August, right? August 2nd. That's only 2 months after the most recent patch in Shadowlands, 9.25, right? So that means we're getting closer and closer to the six weeks that Legion used to have. 2 months is only 8 weeks. So Blizzard has been getting better. They're getting better. All the patches are getting quicker. And then this latest season's only going to go for 4 months in my prediction. And then we're going to have an entirely new expansion to look forward to. So I think like we can be encouraged by both the speed that Blizzard's been getting better and the communication that Blizzard has had over the last, again, 3 to 4 months. I've said this a million times now. They've been getting better and better and better at communicating with players, not just on Shadowlands problems, but on new features that are coming in both this expansion in Shadowlands and also in Dragonflight. We've been getting lots of updates on the talent trees and all that kind of stuff that's been coming. They've been communicating really, really well. So I think we should be encouraged, and I think that we should be optimistic about the future of what's going on, especially because Blizzard has acquired this new dev team, the Proletariat guys, right? So expanding the development pipeline for World of Warcraft. This is the blue post that they posted here. We know you're hungry for new content, and I'm really proud. This is John Haidt. He's the general manager. Really proud of how our developer teams are working to meet those expectations. There's more happening in WoW than ever, and this is just the beginning. So again, we should be encouraged here to help support our increased content needs. So again, Blizzard understands they feel that we need more content as players. That's good. That's what Season 4 is all about. We've been working with a great developing partner, Proletariat. Proletariat was founded in 2012. They pumped out, they have veterans like Turbine, Harmonix, Zynga, and Insomniac. Their strong leadership, long history of working together, deep MMO experience, working on Asheron's Call, Lord of the Rings Online, D&D Online. So they have acquired Proletariat. Excited to announce Blizzard has closed the acquisition. So they've been working on this for a while. Their teams will expand the development of WoW. So apparently there's about 100 talented people who they're going to bring into the Blizzard fold, and they're exclusively going to work on World of Warcraft. So, again, like I was just saying, Blizzard has been accelerating the timeline. It was very, very slow at the beginning of Shadowlands, I understand, but it's been getting quicker in Shadowlands, quicker and quicker. They've been releasing more announcements. They've been communicating really well. On top of that, they're announcing a brand new dev team that's now joining the fold. So there's 100 people who are joining just the WoW team to make sure that it's going to be better than ever. Not just Season 4 in Shadowlands, which they are making sure that they pay attention to what's going on in Season 4, making it the best it can possibly be. On top of that, expanding into Dragonflight, making sure that that can also be the best that it can possibly be. The acquisition is going to take a few more months, of course, but it's here. They've already got this studio. They're located in Boston. 100 more people working on this game is encouraging news for us WoW fans. It should be encouraging to you. Now, the Dragonflight development has also been communicated very, very well. As I was saying earlier, the announcement for Dragonflight came on April 19th with the Resto Druid spec right out of the gates, right? We got the Resto Druid spec. Very, very cool. Then the full Druid talent trees and the Death Knight talent trees also came through about a bit more than a month later, 1.5 months later, on June 3rd. We got those talent trees, and we've seen them all, of course. Now, today, which is about another month after June 3rd, is July 1st today, we've gotten Priest Dragonflight talent trees that have been announced. All of them, and they've explained what all the abilities do down below. You can see it. And so WoWhat actually has a whole talent tree that I'm going to do a video on tomorrow, but it's already up here ready to go. They've got the Priest and the Discipline. You can click it here. You can look at Holy. You can look at Shadow. Very cool stuff. Again, that's only a month since the last announcement. So we've got April, then June, then July. That's a pretty quick progression pipeline for Dragonflight, and they're getting it out to the players so that we can offer our feedback and review on what we think about these talent trees so that they can be the best that they can possibly be when it comes to alpha and beta, and that Blizzard can get them right? They want to get them right. This is the big system for Dragonflight, so they want to make sure they get it right. So again, I just want to highlight all the different things that have been happening and cap it all off and say this is encouraging news. We've seen a steady progression up and to the right, fast. Blizzard's been getting faster and faster, hopefully getting us back to kind of the Legion days where every patch is only maybe 6 weeks long, something like that in terms of the progression that's going forward. But we can see Blizzard's getting better. It's getting better and better. Now, if you've been having your head under a rock right now and you have no idea what's happening in Shadowlands Season 4, let me bring you over here. Let's go back to this gameplay really quickly. I want to highlight the features that are going to be involved in Shadowlands Season 4. So, first of all, there is Fated Raids. Okay, let me just highlight that really quickly. You can see right here, I've got Castle Nathria pulled up. Right now, this week on the PTR, it's showing Castle Nathria as the Fated Raid. So this is the week. You can go into Castle Nathria and you can get, you can loot bosses, and you'll have higher tiered items, higher eye level items, and there will be a special affix which is called Fated. It'll be Fated. And again, I think we explained it. There's been lots of videos that have talked about the Fated raid. I'm not going to go into big detail on it here, but just know there's an affix now in the raid. If you manage to defeat it, you will go in and get loot. And the normal loot for Castle Nathria is 278. 278. That's better than anything I'm wearing right now. That's basically the highest, close to the highest item level gear you can get in Shadowlands right now. You can get 285 gear, but that's on Mythic difficulty. Now, if you do a Heroic raid, you will get item level 291, which is a really big upgrade. That's pretty manageable. Most of us can probably get into Heroic and get some bosses killed. If you manage to do Mythic, you get 304 raid, with item level gear. And I think for Sire Denathrius, it's 311. So, absolutely crazy stuff, like really high item level. Now, you go in and you clear Castle Nathria on this week. Next week, it might be Sanctum. The week after, it might be Sepulchre. So you go into a different raid each week, and you clear it with the Fated Affix, and you get high item level gear. Very cool, very exciting, and I love it. Now, on top of that, if you don't happen to get your hands on any of that juicy new gear, there are 3 vendors that you can also buy items off of with a coin that you're going to get for completing a certain number of raid encounters each week. And this gear here is, again, 278. This is just normal item level stuff. But there's 285 stuff here. You can upgrade this. Again, there's a whole upgrade system that's coming alongside this gear. So you can buy this gear from any of the raids. You got trinkets here from Castle Nathria. You've got weapons from, this is the most latest. This is Sepulchre, and then this is Sanctum of Domination. There's weapons and trinkets as well. You can buy items here and upgrade them to heroic and mythic eye level quality if you want to. So you've got the Fated Raids coming in Season 4. You got vendors that support the Fated Raids. You also have a new dungeon pool, which they're not showing off here yet. But what it's going to be is a bunch of past dungeons. So we have 2 Warlords dungeons, the Iron Docks Grimrail Depot, okay? Then you've got Legion. It's going to be Karazhan, both upper and lower Karazhan. So that's 4 dungeons. Battle for Azeroth, you got Mechagon, which adds 2 more dungeons. It's the outside Mechagon and the inside Mechagon. And then for Shadowlands, they're giving us, we're continuing to do Tazavesh. So that's going to be the dungeons that are in the next Season 4. There's 8 dungeons, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. 2 from WoD, 2 from Legion, 2 from BFA, 2 from Shadowlands, okay? In there's going to be high item level loot. It's going to be Mythic Plus. It comes with a new seasonal affix, which you can see right here is called Shrouded. It's the Nethrazim Infiltrators. There's a bunch of Nethrazim that are scattered throughout the dungeon, and you have to kill them, and they give you a buff, a stacking stat buff, basically. But you can see right here, all the dungeons here. You got Tazavesh, Karazhan upper and lower, Mechagon inside and out, and the Iron Docks Grimrail. So very cool. That's exciting as well. That's coming in Season 4. There's, of course, a new PvP season, and the length of this season is, of course, going to be shorter. That's the final piece to talk about there, that it's going to be much, much shorter. It's only going to last, like I said, from August. We're going to have all of August, all of September, all of October, all of November. That's my guess. That's my best guess, is that it's going to be those 4 months. And then in December, you're going to have pre-patch, and then Dragonflight will come out. So that's what I want. That's all I wanted to talk about today, guys, is that there's going to be Season 4 coming. If you have no idea what's going on, I just mentioned it all right there. But on top of that, I think you should all be very, very encouraged. I think that everything that's happening with Blizzard right now is just very encouraging. We see them releasing information, communicating, basically over-communicating about all the information that's coming out, asking for player feedback, asking for us to contribute, and they're going on the timeline that they said they were going on. December 31st as a launch date for Dragonflight seems very realistic now that we know that Season 4 of Shadowlands is coming 1 month from today, basically. So I think you should all be very excited, and I think that we should all be very optimistic about the future of this game, not just for Season 4, which is going to be fantastic, but also for Dragonflight that's coming in the future. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you as encouraged and optimistic about this as I am? What did you think about the announcement that Season 4 is coming in August? Do you think Blizzard has enough time to get the systems right in Dragonflight and also to nail Season 4? Also, what do you think about the new systems that are coming in Season 4? Blizzard's basically iterating on Mythic Plus and Raids. This is a new iteration of how those systems are going to work. Are you excited about Mythic Plus and raiding the new way in Season 4 as it's going to be? Let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like down below if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support the future of what I'm doing here on this channel, there's a Patreon link down below. I would really appreciate the support there as well. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Until the next one, I love you all. I'll see you later.